still here. Stay still. Good boy. You're a good canoe dog, pal. You can come with me anytime. So I've picked out where and how long I'm going. I've prepped my food for the trip. Now I need to figure out what I'm going to pack it all out in. And this is a very important decision. You know, I've got a lot of experience. I've camped from the tundra to the Everglades, to the Sierras, the Rockies, the desert, and I've collected a lot of gear along the way. This particular trip I'm going into the Bwca. So I'm going to share with you today some of the different packs I have and how I'm going to pick the one out that I'm going to take into this particular trip. I'm going to go down the line of the packs that I brought out here for you today, and I'm just going to tell you what I know about each one of them, my experiences a little bit on each one of them, touch on what I think they're good for. And whatever you take out of that, if this is something you want to pursue, I hope you get some info out of this. But let me tell you something I know for sure. YouTube's a great example of this. Most guys do not know shit about camping. They're at Boy Scout level at best, and they don't have any skill to it. They think that, you know, if they buy enough crap, they're gonna know how to do it. It's like the guys that buy the $3,000 rifles and think that the $3,000 rifle is going to make them a sharpshooter. It's the same mentality. If a guy had enough money, he could buy a race car, but it doesn't make him a race car driver, you know, just by owning the equipment. Equipment is good. It's good to have the right equipment for the right scenario, but you need skill above all else. And the only way that you get skill is by doing it. You cannot learn it from a book. You can't do it by watching videos on YouTube. I'm sorry. The first thing I'm going to show you are the sea bags that I have. I've used these for a long time, probably over a decade now. This one here, this yellow one in front of you, I believe is at least 10 years old. It's from Seal Line. They make them out in Washington. You know, and I don't know what upgrades they've made to them since then, but these are great bags. They've lasted quite a long time. They're about 2 to 3 pounds, at least for this size. This model that I have is the Boundary 115. And what I like about these, you know, they don't have any frames or internal packs, but they're completely waterproof. And that makes a big difference when you're going to lakes, rivers, wet areas, Everglades. These are really nice to have. They'll keep everything you have dry. The downside to them is they're not really a hiking bag. If you are going to hike with it, it's for short distances, you know, maybe a football field or two. They're not made to last on grueling hikes, and they're definitely not made for your back for long grueling hikes. The straps, shoulder straps, and tie-down straps, they're all sewed in, but and vulcanized, but they're not going to hold up to you know, a lot of abuse. That's not what they're made for. If you don't use them for that, they'll last a long time. Like I said, I've had them for 10 years. This model comes from Cabela's. I haven't used it as much. It's made out of the same thickness of material, but it's definitely not made the same way as the Seal Line. I think the Cabela's bags are probably a little under in quality what the Seal Line are. I'm not saying the straps aren't the same, but they don't seal up the same. The design's not the same. It's not quite as well thought out or as comfortable. Here's another design from Seal Line. It's a portage bag, you know, called a portage bag. It's the number 4, and it's made more of a, instead of a long rectangle, it's made more into a square, which makes it easier, like for a food bag, or if you're, you know, moving quickly from portage to portage and lake to lake and island to island, it makes it easier to pack things to get at. Whereas the long rectangular bags like this are harder to get to the bottom. You know, you've got to think it out more if you're putting your stuff at the bottom, what you're going to need during the times that you're out there. Whereas this is much easier to design to get to stuff. That's why I like this particular style as a food bag. So wrapping these styles up, these sea bags as I like to call them, they're able to waterproof whatever you're putting in there. In fact, they're, as long as you're not carrying anchors, they'll float in case you do, tumble your canoe or your boat. They'll float on top of the water. I'm usually not carrying more than 40 pounds in there, so they'll usually float pretty good. You won't lose your gear if you're rafting or whitewater rafting, even in a canoe on a rough day. So these are great bags for short carries, keeping your stuff dry. It's just the best equipment for that type of situation where you're around a lot of water or rain. The bags themselves probably weigh between 2 and 3 pounds, which is also a huge advantage. That's fairly light. And going from the seal line bags or the sea bags, we'll go to old school. We got the Alice pack here. I've had this a long time. It's got some holes in it. I have beat the hell out of it, and I've dragged it everywhere. For the money, you can't beat it. I mean, you can pick these up anywhere on eBay, Surplus. It's just a great bag. It's not, it's not overly large. It's definitely not waterproof. If you want to waterproof anything in that thing, you got to stick a bag in there. But overall, you can hike a long way with that. Is it light? No, it's 6 pounds. For hiking weights, that's not very good. You probably need, a couple pounds off that to be an acceptable lightweight hiking backpack in most groups, but I don't care. That's what makes all of this, I guess, kind of a personal deal. 6 pounds to me for something that cannot be destroyed is a good deal, especially for the price. I would definitely put the old Alice pack in there as one of those great deals to buy for if you really want to go and beat the hell out of your equipment and go in there and have a good time and make sure your equipment is going to be in one piece when you're coming back out. The Alice pack is a great way to go. It won't let you down. The next one, in contrast to the Alice pack, is a true hiking backpack. I've probably got 4 pounds into this. It's very large, 5,800 cubic inches. It's got, a water pack in it. It's got a full rain fly in it. It's got, the top turns into a pillow. It's got all this, or a fanny pack as well. It's got all these gadgets, gear. It's got an internal aluminum and plastic frame pack in it. It's as comfortable as a Cadillac, and you can hike all day in it. It is not waterproof, but it is water resistant. You can pull the rain fly over it to keep the rain out, but it's not something you want to lay in the bottom of your canoe or kayak or raft and expect things to stay dry inside. You still have to water pack that or waterproof it as well with a bag. Next pack I have a lot of fondness for. It's a very traditional pack built for the boundary waters in the North Woods, although I've had this as far north as Alaska on the tundra and all over the boundary waters. It's an actual Duluth pack made in Duluth, Minnesota, and it's a tank. This is a number 4. It weighs 9 pounds. It has leather straps, heavy canvas. It is not waterproof. It's got some nice built-in pockets on the inside. Heavy shoulder pads and backpacks and head straps on the thing. It's designed for traditional boundary waters trips. Very heavy by today's standards. But if you're going on, hold on, the dog is timeout. Timeout. No, we talked about this, right? No eating the turkeys, okay? No eating the turkeys. What this backpack is designed for are long trips. If I'm doing long trips, multiple portages, let's say over a couple weeks or 3 weeks at a time, where I need to know that my pack is going to survive this trip. Because it takes, your pack takes a tremendous amount of punishment. These are great, but they won't take a beating. You got to know, what your equipment is used for. Given, I've had these a long time, but I've used them for what they're for. Short trips, you don't want to put a lot of weight in them. I'm doing 40, maybe max 50 pounds in these bags. It's mostly just volume with, lightweight dehydrated food and, lightweight pads and sleeping bags, tents, things like that. This thing you could literally pack bricks in, throw it around, drop it off a cliff, run it over with your truck. It's just indestructible. And that's what it's built for. So if I'm going on a long trip where I'm sticking a lot of weight in it because I'm going on a long trip, this is the one I would go for. And if I wanted it waterproof, I got to stick a plastic bag in there. Last but not least, I was hesitating to throw this in, but if you're on a budget, you know, nothing beats the old military Army duffel bag. You can always stick a plastic bag in there to waterproof it, but once it gets wet in the bottom of your raft or kayak or canoe, it's going to be wet the entire trip. That whatever that's made out of it has a hard time drying out. But you can throw a plastic bag in there, throw your gear in there. It's well built. You know, they can take a lot of punishment. It's got good seams and fairly good pads. If you're going on short trips, it would be kind of the cheap way to go instead of getting a sea bag like this. There's nothing wrong with these. There's thousands of them out there, and that's why, well, thousands, probably tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands in surplus. They're still using them. They're great bags, and I thought I'd throw it in there as an option. It would function in the same way as the seal bags, but you'd have to throw a plastic bag in there to waterproof it. Now there's a few reasons why I picked these particular bags to show you today. One is that you know, I wanted to show enough bags that I could pick one bag from this group to go anywhere in South America or North America for any kind of environment or ecosystem. I could pick one bag out of here that would fit that mission. And my point is with that is that you know, you need the skill, but having the right equipment is important for the job. In the boundary waters, I don't care how good it is, I don't want a hiking backpack. That doesn't do me any good. I'm just going to make a mess of the hiking backpack, and it's going to be wet the entire trip. Yankee, come here. Come here. For this particular trip, hey, the old Boundary Waters pack would work great, but I'm really not. You know, this is a very basic trip that I'm going to show you. I don't really need all that muscle. I don't need the tank of bags. This is nice, but I have better. This is nice. I can always take that, but it's really not big enough for what I need, and it's not waterproof. Yeah, I'm going into what's going to be could even be a hot environment, and within a matter of days be snowing. I always expect rain when I go there. The place is all water, and it's freezing water. I'm going to get water inside my canoe. There's always the chance that I could tumble the canoe over some rapids, or you know, I could move the wrong way or get caught in heavy winds. So I want my gear to be totally dry. I'm not going over any major, you know, beat up portages. I'm going to be going over a couple portages at best. It's going to be light equipment, moving fairly quick, and these are the bags that I'll be looking for. Mostly this one. This is my favorite. I'll probably be taking this one in. I'm not going long enough to use a large food bag like this, so I'll be taking a small food bag with me. I'm going to leave you with a couple general rules of thumb that I have found to be true. If you want lightweight, then you got to pay for it. There's been an explosion of new materials and new designs out there just in the last decade that makes a huge difference. But you got to pay for it. It's spendy. If you can afford it, I say get it. Because when you're going lightweight, when you're going fast and you want good stuff, it's worth it. You want to count ounces, not pounds, when you really get into this. But if you're looking for something that's well built and that's, you know, light enough and it's going to last you a long time, and you're counting your pennies and you want something that is going to last, that's going to make your money stretch, then military surplus is the way to go. The Alice pack here will last you decades and decades and decades, and it'll come back in one piece. Trying to start something, buddy? You make me hungry just looking at you. You have no idea, do you? What do you think, bud? do you think?